Welcome. Today we're going to see how to adjust the settings once you have started your meeting, and especially the new security bar icon that they have just launched in Zoom this week. It's really important that you update your Zoom app on your desktop in order to have access to this really well-designed new icon. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my app. I'm going to go ahead and just start a new meeting. And I'm going to click on this new security icon, and I'm going to turn on my waiting room. I'm also going to join this meeting from my iPad so that you can see what happens when there is another participant in the meeting. Okay. And so give me just a second. Continue. Okay. All right. So now you can see that I have someone in the waiting room. I'm not going to admit my other person from the waiting room yet. Instead, I'm going to do a couple of things to kind of lock down the behavior in my room so that students are only interacting using the Zoom tools when I give them permission to do so. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the chat, and off to the right of the word everyone, there are 3 dots. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to say that they can only chat with the host. The next thing I'm going to do is click on that new security icon, and I'm going to turn off my participants' ability to share their screen. Do note that if you turn off the chat, your students will not be able to send you a private message, and that's fine. If that's what you prefer, you can completely turn off the chat from this security icon. Also note that you can remove participants, so if someone does get in, you can quickly go to the security icon and click remove participant. Finally, once you have all your students in the room, if you're sure nobody else is going to be joining later, you can actually use this security icon to lock your meeting so that nobody else can join. So now we have adjusted the security icon settings, and we have also adjusted the chat to make sure it is host only so that they can't send private chats to each other, and they also can't accidentally share inappropriate language or content by posting it in the chat for everyone to see. Now I'm going to go ahead and admit the other person who has joined the meeting. Now that we are admitting that other person, I am muted on purpose because it causes echo. We're going to click on Manage Participants. And underneath the interaction icons, you actually have a Mute All button. Go ahead and click on that, and then uncheck the box that says allow participants to mute themselves. Hit yes. You can also turn off their video cameras, and when you physically turn it off, they will actually have to ask you permission to turn it back on, or essentially you'll have to give them permission to turn it back on. You'll also notice that you have 3 more dots over here next to the mute all and unmute all. This gives you quick access to determine whether or not participants can unmute themselves, and also whether or not you'd like to hear a chime whenever someone enters or leaves your room. Okay. And then finally, if you want to give a participant the opportunity to use their video camera again, you can actually send them a request to start their video. They will get that request on their device. I know you can't really see that, but there's a pop-up window, and they have to actually say yes to start their video. And then once they are showing their video on their webcam, it will appear up here and also in your gallery view. And when you're done, you can actually stop their video again. And that's it. Thank you very much.